Welcome everyone to this exciting interview segment. Today we have the pleasure of sitting down with Harley Bronwyn, star of the Lifetime movie Murder Below Deck. Join us as we delve into Harley's insights into her character and the challenges of filming this movie. Thank you for being here, Harley.
Thank you for having me.
Great. So, can you tell us a little bit about your character in Murder Below Deck?
Yeah, definitely. I play a character named Lauren, and Lauren is sort of in a life crisis. She just ended things with her fiance. She quit a job that she hated, and now she's gallivanting off to go work on a yacht with her best friend from college, and she's just a little bit lost in her life. Um, and you sort of follow her journey of meeting a man on board and the beginnings of that romance, and then of course, as you know, Lifetime movies usually do, it takes a dark turn.
Okay. And what initially attracted you to your role in the movie?
I have worked with Good Form, the production company, before, and when I saw the audition come through and it was shooting in Bali, Indonesia, I was like, I'm about to send in the best self tape of my life. I texted the producer I know and I was like, I'm going to do everything in my power to do the best job possible to book this role. Because I love traveling and my dream is to make movies while traveling. That was my initial draw to it. But then obviously I got the audition sides and I really resonated with Lauren's, just the place she was at in her life, that feeling of like, what do I do? I hate where I've been going and I'm lost, but and I know I want better for myself. I have these dreams that I want to pursue, and that really struck a chord with me. I've been through similar things in my life and didn't feel like I had to reach that far to understand that, that feeling. I wanted to tell her story, and she really comes into her own throughout the process of this movie. You know, she starts kind of in a lost place, questioning herself. And by the end of the movie, I think she comes into her power in a major way. And that's inspiring to me. And so that's definitely what drew me in the project.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And what do you think makes this movie so special and captivating?
Oh man, what do I think makes it special? There's so many things. I think that it's a powerful story about female friendship. You'll see when you watch it, there's a lot of really awesome female characters, even sort of the villainous ones that you think you won't like, but you end up being they're so endearing in their own way, and um, the women in this movie really lean on each other, and I think that makes it really special. Um, and it has romantic elements, but it's not a love story. It's a story about a woman finding love and power in herself, and I think that that's really inspiring and cool and makes it special. Um, and I mean, it doesn't hurt that it takes place on a really beautiful yacht, so that's also pretty special. And I can't believe I forgot to mention this first, but it's the first American film that was entirely shot in Bali. So there have been other movies that like Eat, Pray, Love with Julia Roberts. They've shot scenes in Bali, but it's the first American feature to be completely shot in Bali, which is just so cool.
Yeah. And what do you hope audiences take away from watching this movie?
I hope that people take away that even if you feel sort of, I don't know, trapped or lost, um, that like a fresh beginning is sort of right around the corner, and that you're capable of seizing that. And even if you feel like all hope is lost, the strength that you need to get through is within you. And um, I, with women specifically, like trust your gut, trust that feeling inside of you. I think we question ourselves a lot, just, I don't know, maybe instinctually, I know a lot of my friends, myself included, are we're overthinkers, and um, I don't know. I hope that people walk away feeling like just a little bit more inspired to listen to their heart and to trust their gut, even when people outside aren't believing you or aren't trusting you.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And what was it like working with the rest of the cast and crew on set?
Oh my goodness, it was incredible. So Alex and I, my co-star and I, we we met for the first time boarding our flight to Bali. So it's like a 27-hour travel experience. So we were like, all right, we hope we like each other because we're spending a lot of time together. Um, and we just, I mean, instantly hit it off, which I was like, oh, thank God. um, and we just chatted. We chatted about, our families, our friends, our goals, and you know, he's so much fun to work with. He's such a playful actor and really committed. And he's done so many. He's worked on so many films that I felt like his depth of knowledge was so vast, and so I learned a lot from working with him as well. Um, I also got to meet a lot of actors who live in Indonesia, or we had actors from Australia, from Jakarta, um, people who used to live in the States and now live in Jakarta. Shout out to Nadine, who's one of the actresses in this movie. I called her my twin on set. I mean, it's one of those things where you meet someone and you're like, oh my gosh, are we soulmates? Like, there's just so many talented actors in this cast, and um it was like we were on a boat for 90% of this movie, and really confined spaces, not a lot of wiggle room. It's not like you can retreat back to any sort of trailer and get space. Like, you're right there with each other for 12 hours a day. And the entire crew was just so incredibly kind and talented and giving and inspiring, and it just made the whole experience so pleasurable. um, because there's a lot of conditions working on a boat that make it stressful, and if you don't have the right people, um, I feel like it could go wrong. It could go wrong quickly, but yeah, they
Amazing.
were so incredible.
And what can you tease about your character journey?
Ooh, what can I tease about character? That is a good question. I would say that um, she's not afraid to get her hands dirty. Lauren's not, and um, you might mistake her for a more meek person at the start, but she gets in there. She's not afraid of a fight.
Great. And the last question about this movie. What was it your favorite scene or moment while filming Murder Below Deck?
Well, my favorite scene. Okay, well, I have two quick ones. Because one isn't really quite a scene, but um, Robin, one of the other actresses, and I got to take jet skis out, and that was so much fun. I love jet skiing, and jet skiing off a yacht in Bali is one of the best experiences of my life, and I just am so grateful that I got to do that. So that was cool. Um, but I would have to say there's a standoff scene at the end of the movie, that happens on the bow deck of the ship, and it's so epic and really a culmination of all of the work that we put into this movie. And so I'm really excited for you guys to see that scene.
Yeah, amazing. So, change of subject.
Yeah.
What have been some of the most memorable projects you have worked on throughout your career, and why for you?
Yeah. So I have a couple that come to mind. The first one that comes to mind is a movie I did called Scream Therapy. And it's a horror comedy, emphasis on the comedy, about a group of girls who go to the desert to do scream therapy because we're all going through hard times in our life. And there's things go awry. There's demons, there's incel cults. It's a, it's a wacky, wacky time. But um, a friend of mine wrote that script, and it's so funny and so poignant. And we went out to Joshua Tree for 2.5 weeks and shot mostly overnight and really bonded. And it's one of the films that I'm most proud of. And again, it's a story about five women who really rely on each other in their friendship, and to me it's just so beautiful. And every woman specifically in that cast is so funny. I mean, strong, hilarious, beautiful, of course, but just so freaking funny. And I would highly recommend checking it out. um and
Of course.
Yeah, I have a movie that's coming out soon called Apopheniacs, and it's kind of a gory horror movie, and I can't say much about it yet because I've got to keep it locked. But it's gonna be a good one, so keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah. And at Survival Shows, we are big fans of Christmas rom-coms.
Oh my gosh.
What is your all-time favorite?
Oh, my all-time favorite, I would say, is I love The Holiday.
Yeah, yeah.
With Kate Winslet is one of my fave actresses of all time. I watched Titanic and it changed my life. And I think the chemistry between Kate Winslet and Jack Black and Cameron Diaz and Jude Law, it's such a beautiful, feel good movie. I watch it every single Christmas. Um, it I love it so much. And because a lot of it takes place in Los Angeles too, and I live here, and so I feel very connected to that part of it. And um I would say that. And then the Family Stone is also one of my favorite. It's just excellent. I love all the family dynamics. um those are just, I can rewatch them over and over again, even when it's not Christmas. I'm like, let's just pop it on.
Yeah. So the last question, can you tease something about your next project?
Yeah. So, like I kind of already teased a little bit, but
Yeah.
I have two projects coming out that I'm excited about. One is the Apopheniacs movie. Um, my character is, again, she's a very sweet and sassy lady who has like a great relationship with her partner, and they go through the ringer. And um again, I can't say too much about it, but I am really excited for you guys to see it. It's definitely gory, so if you don't like horror, I'm so sorry. And then I have another one that's coming out called Babe, that is it's a film about a man and the relationship that he has with his car. But it's sort of told through the lens of the way the car has been with him through all of his major life points. And I start as his girlfriend, and you see our journey travel through getting engaged and getting married and having kids. And it's just such a touching story. I cried when I read the script the first time because it touches so much on that feeling of nostalgia and of um, having something so consistent in your life when everything else is changing. And then at the end of the movie, him sort of passing that consistency along to the next person. So that one will be coming out soon as well, and I'm excited about it.
Great, amazing. So good luck for your project.
Thank you so much. It was so nice to meet you. I'm so happy.
Me too.
Yeah.
And all of you, make sure to watch Murder Below Deck on September 8th on Lifetime Channel. Thank you, Harley, to join us today.
Thank you so much.
And thank you all for watching. Bye!